Good afternoon. Today I get to talk to you all about a subject that has deeply affected me and may have touched you or someone close to you in some way, and that is trauma. Now, the dictionary definition tells us that trauma is a deeply disturbing or distressing experience. Yet after experiencing my own life-changing traumatic event, I've come to realize that trauma is an experience that can take one on an emotional journey of self-reflection and growth. Yet often when we hear the words trauma, death, disease, we think of nightmares, things no one should ever have to experience. But what would the world be like without them? On January 10th, I was admitted to the hospital to have my gallbladder removed and bile duct unblocked. I was to have a minimally invasive laparoscopic procedure, which I was told would only take 45 minutes. 5 hours later, I woke up and was told my aorta had been severed and that I was lucky to be alive. Now, after I returned to school and was fully healed and recovered, many people asked me, how did they sever your aorta? Due to the fact that when people think of the aorta, they think of the heart. But in fact, your aorta extends all the way down your body. And so when my aorta was severed, it was severed near my abdomen. So during the days following my surgery, I was experiencing some of the most inspiring moments of my life. Though I was hooked up to IVs and getting blood transfusions, I was learning that I could truly overcome any obstacle. And I was able to notice that I began to view my surgery as a blessing. I was able to prove to myself that I could truly overcome any obstacle. Now, when you're put in a situation that is so traumatic, you gain something extra. Everything you understood takes on new meaning. Your perspective changes, your priorities change, and you aren't afraid to question your surroundings. I began to view my surgery as an example, as something I could show myself that I could truly overcome any challenge. Again, though, however, on May 17th, I experienced another life-changing moment of my life. My mom was diagnosed with a stage 4 brain tumor. Now, I'd like to take a moment to show you a scan of her tumor. It'll start at the bottom of her head and scan all the way up, and the tumor will be on the left side. I will also point it out to you. There's the tumor. Now, when we had the first meeting with the neurosurgeon, I asked him if he could give me an example of some object so I could understand how large my mom's tumor was. And he told me a lemon. After that, I like to joke with my mom that she had a little lemon in her head. And I guess you could also say life really did give me lemons. So after finding out, again, I was asking myself, how did this happen to me? What does this mean? Is this why I didn't die? Questions were racing in my head. Having already transcended a life-changing roadblock, another one stood in my way. But I couldn't fight this one. I could only be the one to help tear it down. Now, we've all been told life is short, but until you are sitting in front of a doctor and they say you have 2 years to live, does it actually become real? Every second of every day starts to matter. Again, you find yourself rearranging the priorities of your life. Now, when you live with someone with cancer, you learn that every day is a battle, and you can only help by being a fellow warrior. But again, with every challenge, I gained a feeling of confidence. When my mom had a seizure, I can truly say there wasn't a feeling of fear in me. I truly believe that sometimes when we experience something so traumatic or life-changing, we are able to transcend normal daily life. I'm probably sounding or reminding you guys of the Buddha, but you learn that without suffering, new perspective is not possible. Without suffering, we do not grow into stronger beings. It is what pushes us to our limits that allows us to gain an extra sense. Not a physical sense, such as smelling or hearing, but a sense of confidence, a sense of nothing can hold me back. And when you have healed, well, first, let me say, this might even remind you of your superpower, your new ability to view the world through a lens only few ever come to see. And once you have healed, you are able to step back and take on a new perspective. You start to notice how this event has changed you, noticing life through new lenses. And when you are going through this process and showing yourself how you are able to overcome, you are showing yourself the true grit that is inside you, the ability to overcome anything that you honestly set your mind to. As humans, we strive to grow physically, emotionally, mentally. Yet, we also seem to look down and fear dark moments of our lives. But I challenge you to find how those moments have shaped you. How have they made you the person you are today? Who would you be without them? I'd like to leave you with a quote by Robert H. Schuller. Tough times never last, tough people do. Thank you.